Success. I think I figured it all out. Yes, guys, I always start muted. In case anyone's wondering, yes, we always start muted because I gotta make sure everything's operating and running. No one wants to hear me. Well, I don't know. Most people don't want to hear me talk to myself. Hey, Seraphim. Not yet. You are allowed to call, but just, I'm not up and running completely just yet. And typically at the beginning, I go over a couple of topics. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, no, you're fine, Army. Gotta get the last one up and running, because I didn't have TikTok ready to go. Because life. Guys, life is great. I don't want that. Alright. Go ahead and hit the buttons. Hit the buttons. We got the buttons going. Oh, that's nice. And delete. We'll just start that way. Today. There we go. Alright, hey Bishop. Alright, let's see who all is here and was in here early. Let me go ahead and say hi to everybody. Paul, Ryu, BMC, No Name, Lindy, Whitney, Shane. I hope it's a good one, Shane. And thanks to everybody else coming in after. I just wanted to make sure to hit up the people that were in here first. Jaden, Geraldine, Jaybird, Chris, Penguin, Nicole, Trial. Alright, and then of course Joey came in afterwards, Kimiko, Army. Someone retracted their message, so hello and goodbye. WRJ. Sure, RJ, why not? Good job, Jordan, on being first. Guys, don't forget to send your daily heart me. I do. I thought I'd give it a try. We'll see how it works. Listen, I am prepared. I have a notebook. Okay. We have a pen. We are ready to go. Well, get the likes up, guys. That's not where I wanted to go. Hey, Moose. Yeah, guys, I thought I would try something a little bit different today and see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if the streams are going to like me, if they're going to like what I've got going on, anything like that. Oh, yeah, such rage bait. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Keep telling yourself that, Jeff. That's why you're here, right? I've been wanting to change it up for a little bit because I've been kind of running the same one since May. But, you know, there's a point where it's like, I do, Karochi, I do look at the Twitch chat, just, oops. Sorry, I just had a Twitch, TikTok, sorry. I do look over in that chat. Just keep in mind that it's combined with my... TikTok is so sensitive. Hold on, I know I gotta do this. It is combined with my YouTube chat, and when YouTube gets going, it gets going. So sometimes Twitch comments do get lost. I will be honest. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we are. Let's go ahead. I did not mean to click that. We're going this way. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Ha! Thank you, I appreciate that one. Oh, yep, not saying otherwise, Kimiko. Yep, so delusional. Uh-huh. Which I guess would be funny if that had anything to do with the background anymore, that comment, but it doesn't. So, eh, eh, totally acceptable, Joey. I was saying some people they can feel it. Yeah. Oh no, there is. I agree with that one entirely. All right, guys. So, I know TikTok is such a jealous application. It really is. Hey, Aslan. All right, let's see. So, a couple of things in the news today. How about Israel bombing Qatar? Only to find out that they actually didn't kill the former leader of the H group. They just got his son, which is only going to make him more upset. Right? And this is the leader that was like pressing forward on the negotiation terms to negotiate a ceasefire with Bibi Netanyahu. I don't know. And then there are, and I admit this, guys, totally unconfirmed reports of a drone from Russia going into Poland. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Is this the MAGA support hotline?
It is. All right. Well, just to get this started, I do need to know your age.
I'm 60.
60. Okay. And are we coming to accept that Donald Trump is lying to you yet?
Yes, I've always felt that.
You've always felt that. Okay. You voted for him?
In 2016, I did. He said he's going to bring the coal back. Coal ain't coming back.
Yeah, coal didn't come back. In fact, my dad definitely got laid off shortly after that. Okay. So you didn't vote for him in 2024, though?
Do I?
Did you vote for him in 2024?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay. Well, then I would say that you're probably no longer MAGA from what it sounds like. You have managed to...
I've never been MAGA.
Okay. Good. Very good. All right. Well, I appreciate that so much, man. I'm going to hopefully...
I'm from Kentucky. That book that that idiot J.D. Vance wrote was about my hometown. He trashed us. My grandpa beat his grandpa, Blaine Blanton, for Breathitt County Sheriff in 1961. Go look it up. J.D. Vance is not his real name. His real name is J.D. Bowman. He was born to Bowman. Then he changed his name to Hamill, Hamel. Then he changes to Vance.
Yes, I have heard that he's changed his name more than once.
Oh, he's changed his name 3 times, and I tell my family all the time he will change his name to J.D. Trump before he leaves office.
That would be so funny. Also horrible. All right. Well, I hope you have a great day, and I'm glad that you don't need any support when it comes to MAGA.
Not MAGA. Hell no, I'm not MAGA.
Well, I appreciate that, man. You have a good night, sir. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. And how old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you consider yourself MAGA?
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome to the support hotline. Are you accepting today that Donald Trump has been lying to you?
No, I mean, I'm in Las Vegas. I was actually at Trump Tower, and you know what I said?
I can't hear you, man. Can you speak into your phone?
Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, but I could not hear you.
Yes, I'm right here. Yeah, I was actually at the Trump. I was actually at the Trump building. And I was like, man, this thing looks like my penis. It's all erect and stuff, you know?
Ugh. Can y'all not be strange? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
49.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
All right. And are you coming to accept that Donald Trump has been lying to you?
I don't know about that. Now, what did he lie to me about?
Well, let's see. Wasn't one of his campaign promises also, thank you, Moose, was lowering your grocery store prices? And then he admitted that he's not able to do that? That was a
Uh,
lie, sir. When you say I'm going to lower your grocery store prices, and then you come out and say I actually am not able to do that, that's actually a lie. That's the first one. In fact, I don't
yeah,
know if you
I gotta
realize this, but
maybe we can get some context. If we can get some context real quick, with all,
context.
but yeah, just hear me out. If we can get some context. So if
What context?
all the politicians that have ran Democrat, Republican, whatever, mayor, governor, people always have something that they, or many things that they say they're going to do, and then special interests and things come in, or even they just are overzealous and don't get to do what they want to do. So, I mean, if we're going to hold him to the flame, we got to hold them all to the flame.
Oh, I mean, I understand that, but at this moment, I'm just talking to you about Donald Trump. So,
Yeah, I'm sure he
yeah,
has some things that he can't deliver the same as anybody else can't deliver. I mean, that's just part of being in the political game.
it's just a part of politics. It's okay to just lie to everybody and then just be like, I was just joking. Do you
I think
think that it's
politicians,
acceptable
all of them, get
for
overzealous and want to win. I think
do
they're
you
like
think it's
anybody else who just
acceptable
wants to
for
win.
a president to just can write off everything that he says by saying I was just joking?
You know what? I think, like I said, if we're looking across the board, I think that none of them, I'm not a super anything. I just think that he's done quite a good job in a lot of other areas that I care about. One is finances, the stock market's doing amazing. Just a lot of
Oh, well,
things he's
that's
doing with the
actually,
border.
I'm glad you brought up the stock market. That's another thing that he lied about. So, or he's at least been wishy washy on. So, when while Joe Biden was actively president, right? So, after he lost in the 2020 election, he said that look at the stock market. It's a good indicator of how the economy is going when it was, not doing great under Biden's administration. And then when it
Yeah.
tanked under his current administration, under Donald Trump's elected current administration, back in April, remember on April 2nd when it just
hmm
woo died off. He said that it's not a good indicator of how well the economy is doing. So, which one is it? So, because according to Donald Trump, just on April 2nd, 2025, the stock market is not a good indicator of the economy. So, that sounds like another lie from, him changing his story 4 years later.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that the economy's better under Trump's current
But
regime.
that's not what I asked.
Oh, I think the stock market's good. What was the basic question you asked? I'm sorry, I got lost in there.
No, no, I said which one is it? Did Donald Trump lie in 2020 or is he lying in 2025?
Lying about what was a lie, per se?
Saying that the stock market is a good indicator of how well the economy is or is not doing. In 2020, he said 2021, he said it's a good indicator of how well the economy is doing. And then on April 2nd, 2025, Donald Trump said, never mind, the stock market is not a good indicator of how well the economy is doing. So when did he lie? In
Oh, I
2021 or
mean, I like,
2025?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said before, I mean, when Biden was pushing for the crime bill that locked up people for little pieces of crack cocaine for 90 years and 100 years, and then turned around and his son got busted with all the drugs, and then he actually changed his stance on all of that, and with Kamala Harris. I mean, everyone changes up.
No,
All of
that's
them do.
again, you're still not able to answer what I've asked you. So when did he lie? Did he lie in 2020 or did he lie in 2021 or did he lie in 2025? Or is it both?
Or you could look at it if he got it wrong in 2021 or 2025. I mean, did he purposely know the future? I don't think so. But
No, no.
I
See,
mean,
I
you
don't
could look
think
at
you understand, right? in 2021 when he said that the stock market is a good indicator of how well or
Yeah.
bad the economy is doing, it
Yeah,
was
I get
not
what you're saying. I
thriving
understand what
under
you're saying.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden, right? It was doing poorly under Joe Biden. So then when when the stock market did the same thing while he was actively president, right? While he is actively president, he said that no, it's actually not a good indicator of the economy. So, which time did he lie, or is it both?
Maybe he realized at that moment that it's not a good indicator. Maybe he thought under the Biden administration it was until he had further knowledge.
Oh, so it's rules for thee, but not for me.
No, I mean everyone goes through it. That's the whole thing. I
No,
think
no,
that
that
there is
that's
no
literally what it
safe
would
place.
be. So the stock market doing poorly is a good indicator that the economy is doing bad under Joe Biden. But when the stock market is doing bad under me, it means absolutely nothing. I lied 4 years ago. So
But
it's
the stock
literally
market's doing
rules for
phenomenal right now,
thee.
though.
Yeah,
But the stock market's
for
doing
the
phenomenal right
moment, it
now.
keeps going up and down as he keeps talking about tariffs. So that's not entirely true. But I think you're not understanding. It's literally rules for thee, but not for me.
No, I understand what you're saying, and you're correct in what you're saying. I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm saying if you can say that throughout history, only one or two or three people have had that same scenario, then I'd say that you're right throughout history. The problem is you are right, but unfortunately, that's through history. Every single president we've ever probably known has done the same thing. That's just the problem.
No, it just means that he's a lying liar, and you just are still trying to
I'm
pretzel
sure all
yourself in
presidents
order to.
lie.
So, yeah, and you still can't accept it from Donald Trump that he's actively lying to your face.
I never said I can't accept it. I said all presidents are probably liars.
Oh, probably, but just all
No,
presidents are
are liars. How
probably
about that? No, all
liars.
presidents are liars. Hold on,
Okay.
and he's
Tell me
included in
some
that
of
too.
tell me some so not using any of the two examples that I've given you. What are some lies from Donald Trump? Give me 3 of them.
I mean, I don't know if I would. A blatant lie. A blatant lie is I don't have 3 stones in my hand and you have 2. That's a blatant lie. I mean, I guess when you're a president and you're trying to get elected and you're making statements on what you perceive is different than for me saying lying. But I could be wrong.
Okay. So you can't even come up with 3.
I could say where he's gotten things wrong. I don't know if he per se made a purposeful lie. I think him talking about the economy and the stock market is anybody's guess. I don't think he has a crystal ball that he can, say such things.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying he doesn't lie. I'm not saying he hasn't lied. I'm not saying he's not
Can
gotten
you
it wrong.
name
Everybody
a
has
lie
the same
then?
problem.
If you can say that I'm sure he's lied, name one.
Let's see if he told a lie.
I still want 3 overall.
If you elect me, the Epstein files are coming out.
He didn't actually say that.
Well,
Even I can admit that he didn't say that.
Okay. Let's see. Not one comes off that I think he blatantly lied on. I mean, I like I said, he may have gotten things wrong like anyone else, but I can't think of a blatant lie. Is I will not go to war, and then goes to war. That is a blatant lie.
Uh-huh. And Donald Trump didn't do that?
He never said he wouldn't go to war. As a matter of fact, he was very pro. Don't mess with America because we're not going to take it. I don't.
Oh, what a twist that we have. He called himself the peace president. He called himself the president of no new wars. He said on the campaign trail that if you elect Kamala Harris, we'll enter into World War III. Under me,
Well, no,
we won't see World War III.
Yes, and I think he was talking about his stance and being able to negotiate before wars do happen. I don't think.
Oh,
he was saying
is
he's not
that
going to go to
why?
war.
Is that why he planned with Bibi Netanyahu the attack on Iran?
Look, I think that whole area is a hot spot and biblical, and there's a lot of things going on that were well before him and will surpass him after he's long and gone. I don't know if That was
Is
something
that
that he
is
called.
that why he also lied about they called Qatar today to give them a heads up that the attack was occurring or was going to happen before their call, except the Qatari government says that that call didn't come in until it was actively happening and bombs had already hit Doha? Isn't that
Well,
interesting?
I don't know about that on social media today. Prior to it even happening, I was watching people live streaming when they were
Uh-huh.
dropping the pamphlets on live streams. I mean,
Oh,
you can
no,
Google it
I'm
right
not
now.
talking about Gaza. I'm talking
Oh,
about Qatar.
oh, yeah. I mean, listen,
I know,
I
Joey.
think there's propaganda on both ways for people to say. Do you think it's the first time that somebody's lied and said that they didn't get noticed? I mean, is it plausible? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, is it plausible that he could be lying? You know, war is war. People
Just
want to be perceived as victims and not the aggressor. So, I mean, you know,
you just can't do it, can you?
it's got nothing to do with Trump. Listen. I find good in everybody. I'm not really
Yeah.
a person who just goes and throws a blind eye to somebody who's doing something. Now, if you tell me something that's really horrible and you say, look, this, I don't mind saying I'm appalled by that and I don't like it.
Yeah. So again, is that why Donald Trump, he said that there wouldn't be any new wars under him? He was the president of no new wars. He was the president of
I
peace.
think
He
I think
literally
his thought
coined the
pattern on that one
Republican.
was
He literally coined the Republican Party, ending up being the party of peace. And then when in June, when Israel dropped bombs on Iran, Donald Trump having to be involved, came out and said that I planned this with Bibi Netanyahu and gave him the green light to attack. And then not only did he plan it, right, with Bibi Netanyahu to commit this attack, he also then put our military, U.S. armed forces, in danger by sending out 7 B-2 bombers to fly over Iran. And 3 of them actually dropped 6 bombs in total, and 4 of them were decoys, right? After, mind you, after this entire time, he's over there on True Social going, I'm about to do this stuff because I can't keep it to myself and I can't stay off of True Social and social media and I can't stop texting everything out and all of my thought process. So Iran had the option to, guess what? Get their their enriched uranium out of their plants prior to the B-2 bombers ever making it there.
and you learned that information from Secret Service, or where'd you learn that from?
Oh, dude, there are released satellite images showing the trucks leaving
Oh.
Iran.
So-
Yeah,
so-
I don't need to
so
be
the
part of
truck-
Secret Service when you have satellite images that have been released
No,
that
you knew
show
the
them
enriched
getting them
uranium
out.
was inside of there, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there wasn't.
Well, that's
trucks
what
leaving or
Donald
something.
Trump says. Why else would he also be telling, hey, Ryan, why else would he be telling them or telling the American citizens and the population that we set them back by years. We demolished their nuclear facilities if he didn't believe that they were housing their enriched uranium in those 3 plants.
No, I do believe he believed that they were housing them there. I'm just saying you said that they were able to sneak it out, so it didn't
They
really matter
were.
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have satellite images of the trucks leaving the facilities.
I want to ask you a question. If they let's just hypothetically say they were able to keep their little program going and they got their hands on a bomb and a dirty bomb or two, and they launch it to America and it hits the East
It wouldn't
Coast,
hit.
and half the East Coast
Just
is
so you know,
or
there's
wherever, or the fallout. They could hit somewhere in the fallout. It would hurt us somehow. Would you be happy with him fighting them then? I'm just asking. I'm not saying you would or not, but would you be happy with him bombing them
if
at that
there
point?
was an attack on the United States soil, then absolutely the United States has the right to defend themselves.
So you don't think a preventative matter on a bunch
It
of
wasn't
psychos over there
preventative.
that don't-
Donald Trump himself called it a 12-day war. The Ayatollah of Iran called it a 12-day war. Bibi Netanyahu of Israel called it a 12-day war.
I think that they calmed down a little bit and they came to the table. I think that it
They
hit them
came to
and-
the table? No, I don't think you understand. Iran may fund terrorist organizations to do like their bidding basically, or to do whatever they want to do after the money has left them,
Yep.
but they are not
Yep.
actively a terrorist government or a terrorist organization. I think you
Well,
have a
no, I mean, but if you support,
misunderstanding.
if you're paying and spending money to a
Oh,
terrorist group,
absolutely.
you are a
Iran is
terrorist.
absolute shit in the way that they continue to
Okay.
fund terrorist organizations, right?
Yeah.
Absolute shit. However, the point is that they are not themselves a terrorist organization. They are just a government that funds them. You do realize
Okay,
that the
yeah. I mean, I
United
was there
States
for
government,
9/11. I know what America felt like when it
I
was
mean, I
attacked. I
was
don't know if you were
also
there.
alive during 9/11 and I
No,
clearly
no, I
remember
was there. I was there. I was there. I was down by
Okay.
Wall Street. So, but what I'm
I'm
saying
sorry for
is
you,
that
honestly.
there's a feeling that that you get when in America we're not used to being attacked. I mean, there's the Timothy McVeigh. There's certain little things that have happened that have been like domestic terrorism. But what you don't want to have is a bunch of quacks who start thinking that we're scared or we won't press a button or we won't blow their ass out of the water. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of collateral damage and stuff, and I feel bad for it. But I could assure you, maybe I can't, that if this were to affect you, your loved ones, people that you know, or even just people in general, if you have a giving like a big heart and empathy for people, that you wouldn't want the country that is an amazing country that has been such a strong country and just a great country, right? There's been horrible things that have happened here, just like everywhere else, but for the most part, we're a great country. To
Yeah.
be attacked by a bunch of people who are that believe that we are the devil and that we represent pure evil and that we need to be annihilated and beheaded and killed and murdered, and that goes for every children, grandmother, son, daughter.
They say it to the
everyone.
West in general, just so you're aware. The West includes the United Kingdom, Western
Yes.
democracies in Europe. It's
Yes,
not just the
yes,
United
you
States.
are correct. You are correct. United
Yeah.
States would be number one on that list, but the Western Hemisphere, yes, of course, the West is the West. So
Can you
I get what
remind
you're
me,
saying,
did Iran actually participate in the events of 9/11, or was it just Iraq?
I mean, I to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, there's both some people that say both were. There's ones that say they did.
And
There's
yet
people
we
that say
never
that it
did
didn't
anything
happen.
to Iran. Isn't that interesting?
I mean, I don't know if it was ever proven. I mean, people said that Israel was behind it. I mean, there's people that say all types of things. I mean, conspiracies fly rampant
So
when
I
these
found
things happen.
something interesting that you said that I wanted to circle back to. So when we find that terrorist organizations like any of them, right? So this can be the T groups. Sorry, TikTok is a sensitive child and I can't say certain names, right? So the T group or
Yeah.
any of the H groups, when we find that they've actually fired on us throughout the decades with our own military weapons that were sold, does that mean that the United States is now attacking themselves, or that we funded a terrorist organization and
We
therefore
did
we
that
are
with
terrorists?
Afghanistan, with Russia. We've done that with Afghanistan,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Russia.
But
with
I
a bunch of
wanted to
things.
point something out. So does that mean that we are terrorists because now terrorists have hands on our weapons?
I believe that we are liable and have had dealings.
But are we
with-
considered terrorists?
I don't think that we are actively terrorists in the sense
Oh,
of,
okay. So I just
no,
I
hear me out,
bring
hear
this
me-
up. No, I bring this up just to point something out to you because you said that Iran were terrorists because they fund terrorist organizations, so that makes them terrorists. So by that same token, because we also help fund terrorist organizations by them having access to our weapons and having our weapons and using it against us, we would also be in that same token a terrorist organization in a terrorist country.
I got you. That's a broad thing. So let me explain real quick. So them giving money to Hamas that is looking to just currently blow us up at 24/7 out of the water for no reason, just because of their religious belief or it's a religious belief, right? That we're the infidels and we're evil and this, that, whatever. I don't know of and maybe it happens, I don't know of a place in the world that we're funding people to go and just blow people up for no reason. I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Currently, have we done it through history? Yes, 1,000,000%. Unfortunately, this game is a game of checkers. When certain people are in alliance, you're in alliance with them, and then you go to war with that. I mean, it's happened in every little possible thing when, from the time that Hitler got together with Mussolini and then the Japanese whatever. I mean, that then turned, and then when we were doing with Afghanistan or the Contra stuff with Noriega. I mean, there's always pivotal moments where, yes, America could probably be called, per someone else's eyes, a terrorist. But I mean, is our overall, it's like a bully fighting somebody. One day you're a cop and you're saving lives, and then all of a sudden you do something bad to someone and now you're a piece of shit. I mean, it's just things that happen in the world.
No, we actively
I don't know.
sell our weapons to the cartels that are prevalent in Mexico, Central America, and South American we actively sell them our weapons.
I've never heard.
You've
never
never heard
of selling
of the cartels having our weapons?
I know having our weapons is one thing.
That we actually sold them to, we actively sold them to them. You've never heard of that?
I have a couple of friends that sell weapons that are actually in the weapons business stuff with countries and stuff or whatever.
Oh gosh, Bishop, give me the name of that act again, please.
America, I don't. We're not selling weapons. We are selling weapons to other people, and those other people are then in turn selling it to the cartel. I can assure you. Let me give you an idea why, and maybe I'm wrong. And I'm not saying that it hasn't happened, because all types of things can happen by a lone group or whatever. But I'm saying actively the U.S. government. If the U.S. government were selling these weapons directly to the cartel, I'm going to give the cartel a great little out right now, because they've been labeled to a terrorist group and they want to kill them.
So you've never heard of Operation Fast and Furious?
Oh no! Just hear me out. I'm going to give the cartel an easy out from their
Have you ever heard of Operation Fast and Furious?
No, I don't know Operation Fast and Furious. But if I just this is one
cool.
thing, and I want you to tell me about it. I just want to say that if any one of them want to register where the weapons come in and just have a little iPhone or something, or maybe even a little thing of where they're going to meet the U.S. government, or maybe a telephone call or a wire or an email, and they can expose that, America, I think they'll be off scot-free, and they don't have to worry about the death sentences that are being handed down to them. But go ahead, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, so Operation Fast and Furious was authorized and was conducted between 2009 and 2011, where the ATF, you acknowledge that the ATF is an American organization, right? The Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Firearm, yes.
Yeah. They intentionally allowed 2,000 firearms to be sold as straw purchases and traffic it into Mexico in order as an idea to trace them. But we found that the operation itself failed miserably because we weren't able to trace them, but they were intentionally sold to the Mexican drug cartels.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
So when I say that the United States government said, here, I'm going to sell you some weapons. It's going to be through backhanded channels, but we sold them weapons. We literally funded and armed what is now considered a terrorist organization.
Yeah, prior to that, they've had a lot of guns. 2,000 guns, I know it sounds like a lot to you. It's nothing. It's like a spit in a bucket. But yeah, if they're doing
that wasn't the point. The number wasn't the point. The point is the fact that it happened. Oh, I'm well aware that was Joe Biden. Or sorry, not Joe Biden. That was Barack Obama. I am not saying do you think I can't say that other presidents have done shit stuff? Absolutely. It's not fucking hard to say that. Just everybody wants to claim that all of these protests are brand fucking new when they happen under every administration prior. But hey.
Well, definitely. There you go. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm sad to hear that Obama was funding terrorism.
It actually started in 2000.
Trump did say that he was Afghanistan
prior to that.
Somewhere. I think Trump did say that he's from Afghanistan or somewhere or something or whatever. I don't know. There was some debacle about if he was an American citizen. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sad to hear that he was doing that. But
Oh my God, he went there. Yeah. No, dude. Yeah, and you can't even. Can you admit that Donald Trump lied about Barack Obama's birth certificate?
I think that he was probably having fun with it. I never took it seriously.
Oh. Got it. So you still can't admit that it was a lie. Got it. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm just saying, this is the whole point of this, right? You still can't admit or accept that he is actively lying to you about anything at all. It's absolutely bonkers to me. Really quick TikTok. I'm going to mute you for a second. Okay. All right, over on Twitch and over on YouTube, thank you guys. The chat is moving so freaking fast right now. You guys are doing awesome. I just want to give a friendly reminder out on Twitch that if you have an Amazon Prime membership, you can actually become a subscriber for 1 month for free. Over on YouTube, we have memberships and super chats available. What I would love to see on YouTube is to get 5 new members today. I don't ever ask for a lot. 5 is very small. It helps me to keep doing this for 2 hours out of my day, about 6 days a week. Okay, so if you guys are able to do that, a super chat goes right up on the screen. New members, I try to put it up on the screen as long as it goes in the right spot. Sometimes it goes in the wrong spot and I can't catch it. But please, like every little bit helps me continue to do this every day. All right, and over on TikTok, before we take the next caller, let's go ahead and get these likes up and above 50,000. We should already be above there. And let's go ahead and clear out this little Rose gift goal. It's very small, it's just a penny. Also, guys, don't forget that if you're new here and you're enjoying this, hit that follow button up at the top. Thanks for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hello, are you
hello?
there? Hi.
Yes, hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
Hey there. I'm gonna be 57 this year.
Okay. And do you consider yourself MAGA?
You mean a Donald Trump supporter?
Well, sure, Donald Trump supporter.
Well, certainly, because
Most
in
certainly.
the Jewish Talmud it says that all.
Nope, we're not doing that. Thanks for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, you like Trump?
I do not. Can you admit that he's lying to you?
That's a shame.
Oh.
You know what? He kind of has a track record of doing that a little bit.
A little bit?
So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't
But
surprise
don't you want to
you.
make America? Don't you want to make America safe again?
It's like,
If it just came down to one issue.
if you wanted to make America safe, then you should focus on the number one instrument that people are killed with. And I'm not really good at that topic. I'm honest about that. So.
Why is it though? Why is it though that it happens all in the blue cities? Or does it just look that way? I'm open to the possibility.
Hey, I have a question for you because at this point, you know, right, that the majority, the number one, if you look at states that have the highest rate of gun violence, you have Alabama, right? Birmingham, Alabama, it has like the number one, the highest number of gun violence, okay? So if that's the case, let's keep that in mind. That's a red state. So you already know, and you're already blaming blue cities. Can you tell me, do blue states also have blue cities?
I'm sure it's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag. Awesome. So in these blue states, within these blue cities, why do we not see the same level of gun violence that we see in red states with blue cities like Birmingham, Alabama?
Honestly, I'd have to take a look at.
You'd have to take a look at it? Oh, okay.
But
so and then can you also tell me who makes the laws that the cities follow?
well, it's a mix. It's whatever isn't specified.
Who makes the
By
laws
federal,
that this?
controlled by the states.
Oh, the
Whatever's not
states.
specified by the states.
Oh, you hung up. All right. Yeah, I guess I would hang up too if that was my logic. All right. Iran-Contra scandal. United States sells weapons to terrorists under Republicans. There is no difference between Republicans and Democrats in leadership. Oh, I believe you. Thank you, Priv, for the $9.99. I agree with you. Like, there's really not that much of a difference between the two. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
30 years old.
30?
Born in 95.
All right. And you're still supporting Trump?
100%.
100%. Are you able to accept today that he is actively lying to you or that has lied to you?
In what particular topic are you speaking?
On any topic, sir. Are you
like
able
what?
to admit or name 3 lies that Donald Trump, that you know he's lied about?
again, what specific topic?
On any
Like,
topic,
what
sir.
are
I'm giving you the option to choose 3.
Not that comes to the top of my mind, no.
Nothing that comes to the top of your mind. Oh, wow.
No. But
Okay, that's so interesting. So you can't admit. So we can just go to this. Has he ended 11 wars? Or I'm sorry, is he saying 10? I can't remember if it's 10 or 11 that he's saying now. Has he ended 10 wars?
I'd have to look into that. Every human
You'd
being
have to
lies,
look
but
into it? Okay,
I'm
so
just saying,
unsure
I'm just saying that I don't know.
about ending wars. Okay, we've got that on here as number 1. All right. What?
Okay.
Okay. What was the point you
So
were trying to make?
The reason I'm calling though is actually because of some stuff you were saying yesterday about the IAEA.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about like if you can accept. I don't know if you realize this between yesterday and today, but the topic has changed. Awesome. So with that being the case, we are trying to get down to the bottom of Donald Trump and his lies, and then what lies he's told you and what lies you can't accept. So let's talk about this. You're unsure about him ending any wars. Do you know of any wars that he's taken credit of ending?
The war between Pakistan and India.
Oh, and isn't that interesting? India has very vehemently came out and said that he didn't help them end the war in Pakistan. And in fact, India is now going to other trade partners because Donald Trump is so upset that they're no longer entering into negotiations and that they're going to continue to buy Russian oil, which, by the way, I don't agree with them buying Russian oil. Let me just be clear on that one. That he's added additional sanctions, and now our relationship with India, which is one of the fastest growing democracies outside of the United States, right? Now our relationship with them is ruined because it's been a long-standing historical point that you don't get involved between Pakistan and India. So
Okay, and again, Pakistan and his White House did mediate talks between Pakistan and India.
No, they denied that claim. Where did they sit? Where did they sit when they actually had negotiations? When they actually had negotiations, what country were they in? Do you know?
I do not.
It was Malaysia. It wasn't the United States. So that's off the table. So I'm going to go ahead and give that one an X on that one. We're going to go ahead and give an X on that one. What other?
Was Secretary Marco Rubio involved in those talks?
No, not with India and Pakistan. Congratulations. What other wars has he claimed?
Congratulations, he actually
India
was.
still says that he has
see,
it, and even Pakistan hasn't said it either. Can
you
you tell
and
me,
the
can you
other
point to
gentleman-
me, can you point to me a source that I can find that
This is
Marco
what you
Rubio
and the
was
other
directly
gentleman love
involved
to
in
do.
there? Can you actually point me to any kind of source that proves that Marco Rubio was directly involved with the India and Pakistan talks?
Look it up. You look up.
No,
things
I'm
about
asking
these
you, are you
conversations.
able
Look it up.
to provide any sources for that? Are you? Do you know of any offhand?
Were there other nations that were involved
There-
in these talks? and
I already
offered
told you
diplomatic
one.
support for these talks?
No, I already told you one. So you can offer
you're saying that this
diplomatic.
was done
I just
just
want to be
between
clear.
India and
You can
Pakistan?
offer diplomatic support, and then the countries can decline. Donald Trump even said himself that he didn't offer diplomatic support. What he did was, I called up India and Pakistan, and I told them, if you want to do business with me, if you want to do business with the United States of America, you're gonna end this. That's not diplomatic support, sir. That is trying to strong arm someone, saying that you do this or else. That's called an ultimatum. I assume you should know the word. That's not a diplomatic solution. An ultimatum is not a diplomatic solution. So I just want to be clear. You cannot accept that Donald Trump is lying to you. Is this correct?
Every human being.
Okay. You're not able to accept it. I'm sorry that you've missed the truth today. Oh, I'm not even trying to imitate Trump, Jessica, just so you're aware. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
The South will rise.
That's not cool. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yep,
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 23.
And did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
All right. Are you able to accept today that Donald Trump has lied to you?
Yeah.
Yeah? What has he lied to you about?
I would say I do know that he lied about Barack Obama, about him not being an American.
Okay. Anything recent?
I mean, I don't like the way that he's going about the tariff policies. I think he maybe is listening to maybe the wrong people on that.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to be a net positive like he thinks it will be. At least not implemented in that way.
Okay, so we're saying the tariffs, but that's not really a lie. He hasn't really said that it's going to fix the economy exactly. He just said I'm doing tariffs, so that's not necessarily a lie. There are some things he said about tariffs. So what specifically has he said about tariffs that you think are a lie?
I think that he pictures America as he has a hope that America will be a manufacturing powerhouse like it used to be, and I think that at this point it's probably not really going to happen, or at least as fast as he's trying to make it happen, because we don't have the infrastructure for it.
Okay.
And you know, you agree we're going to have to pay for that kind of labor.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We're definitely going to have to pay for that.
But what I will say is, I really do appreciate his tax reform policies.
Tax reform policy. Okay, tax reform. Sorry, I am keeping notes.
Oh, that's fine. I would say just overall, I support him just because he is the opposite direction of how the country was going previously under the Biden administration.
Okay. So just the opposite. All right. So it's not. So what about the tax reforms? Are you in support of? Can you dig into that? Let's see if we can't find any lies that he told from the campaign trail, or, to what's actually going to happen from it. Can you give me some more details about the tax reforms that you like?
I can let you know what I know. I mean, I'm not
Let's go.
Completely consumed by politics like maybe other political commentators are, but I would say that the biggest thing for me is keeping the 2016 tax cuts.
Oh, it would actually be 2017 because it was signed December of 2017.
You get the point.
Oh, no, it's actually, sorry, dates are important. Who was president in 2016?
Okay, I apologize.
All right. Thanks.
I believe he's increasing the child credit, the child tax credit, which is great.
Yes, temporarily.
And I think him reducing the corporate tax rate is also great as well.
I actually don't think that was in there.
Maybe you're right. But I really, the biggest thing for me was keeping the 2017 cuts.
All right, let me pull that up. Yeah, the corporate tax rate actually wasn't reduced.
Okay.
Sorry, I just pulled up HR 1 and did Control F, and just to be sure, I was 99% sure in the 590 pages that I went through prior to it actually becoming law, from 880 pages shortened down to 330 in total. Yeah, so I don't remember seeing that in the pages that I read through.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't.
So the tax rate, so you can acknowledge that he did lie about lowering the corporate tax rate.
I don't know if, again, I'm going off of my own knowledge. I don't recall him specifically saying that he lowered the corporate tax rate.
No, he just said that he would.
The biggest thing for me was keeping the 2017 tax cuts.
Okay, and fine. So is there anything else that you know about the bill?
I couldn't tell you everything in it, but maybe you could share some things.
Yeah. How about no tax on overtime?
Oh yeah, that I do remember that being mentioned. If I'm correct, I believe there. Yes, that is in fact true, but it's limited.
It's very limited.
Yeah.
And it's also untrue. Because do you happen to be somebody that works overtime?
Not often, no.
No? Okay. Have you had any overtime since July?
Yes.
Do you still have taxes coming out of that overtime?
I haven't really checked my pay statements or my pay stubs, and to look at that. No, it's really hasn't been meaningful. Like maybe
Gotcha.
a couple hours here.
Yeah. So overtime is still actively being taxed.
Now,
So
do you know it might be being withheld, but it doesn't necessarily mean I won't get that back on my tax return or tax refund.
no, it's still being taxed. Like that's the whole thing I think people don't understand. When you're saying no tax on something, then that means that the taxing, the withholding as you would call it, would actually stop. That would actually be a true no tax. So what we're seeing that was passed within the bill is that you can get a tax deduction at the end of the year up to $12,500. For the majority of people that work overtime, they make more than that in a year. So, for example, I know that there are companies that mandate that their employees work 49-hour work weeks, which means because they have 9 hours of overtime on every single work week, that means that they are going to hit that $12,500 mark extremely early. It's not going to go very far.
Well, I think it's fair that it's not completely uncapped, because then you would have people abusing the system, where maybe they would get an increased overtime rate versus and then maybe they would lower the base period to try to avoid paying taxes. So I think it's completely okay to have some limitations like that. So maybe, yes, by just throwing out a blanket statement saying no tax on overtime, people might think that, oh, great, I can work as unlimited overtime and get as much money as I can untaxed. I think it's fair, though, that there is some sort of cap, because you would definitely have people abusing that.
Gotcha. Well, it's very hard to abuse the system if many employers don't even want to allow their employees to work overtime because it costs them more money.
Yeah, it just really depends on each business model.
Yeah, that part is true.
Prefer to have less employees and pay them overtime. It just really depends.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try this. What other lies do you think, like, what other topics do you know of from Donald Trump that you think he might have lied about?
So is this just like the topic of the whole call? I thought this was just like
general
reasons for
No.
Trump.
MAGA support hotline. I'm here to help MAGA voters accept that Donald Trump is actively lying to you.
I mean, I think that's a fair thing to say, but so has every single president.
They just love going to that. They can't stay on Donald Trump. It's always very interesting.
I think it's very important to not demonize the other side and to have a nice, open conversation. I'm letting you talk. I'm hearing your points. You may bring up something that I'm not entirely familiar with, and something that I may want to know about, which is great. But I think that singling out Donald Trump to be a liar whenever every single president has been a liar in some way or the other is not really a fair point for somebody to just come on here and debate you whenever you have probably argument points lined up in advance and kind of structured to the way you want the call to go.
I mean, is it wrong that I do my research?
No, not at all.
Okay, then I think that's an important point here, is that I take the time to do my research, and if there's ever a point that I don't feel as though I have the knowledge on, I am quite honest about saying, well, I don't know that, let me look it up. And people actually get insulted that I even go out of my way to look things up that I don't know. It's quite interesting. But I think the important key thing here is the fact that the reason why the topic of this live, these conversations, is about Trump is because he's the sitting and active president of the United States of America and making poor decisions. And also lying to everybody.
I mean, every politician, every president has lied. I mean, for instance, like, there was a corpse in office for 4 years and no one wanted to mention anything about it till the last second. I think that was
oh goodness. There was a rotting corpse in office. That's a new one for me. Just somebody, there was a dead body. The Secret Service, the Washington D.C. police, and the Secret Service all allowed, and everybody that lived in the White House over the last 4 years let a rotting body decay within the White House. Man, that must have stunk. How did we ever have foreign dignitaries go into the Oval Office? They must have been using a lot of air freshener. I need to see that bill. I need to see the air freshener bill that they had to pay out for that rotting corpse smell.
I see you're a stranger to sarcasm.
I think that would be you in this case, but it's okay, man. Have a good one. Still can't admit that Donald Trump is lying to you without bringing up the prior administration. TikTok, that was a joke. I am not serious. Presidents don't run the show, the men in blacks. I don't necessarily disagree with you, Private. Tell me who you can't criticize, and that's the one ruling over you. Don't be so foolish to not see who runs the show in America. Greetings from Germany. Thank you for the €5. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Oh, okay. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Oh, hey, I'm 20.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
And what year were you born? Took too long. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, and how old are you?
25.
25. And do you still support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
All right. And are you able to accept today that he's actively lying to you and has lied to you in the past?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So Donald Trump is the most truthful person. He's never lied to you, hasn't lied to you once.
Not one time.
Not one time. So, how's the war going between the Republic of the Congo and Rwanda? That's ended, right?
No, let's talk about...
No, I need you, no, this is about lies from Donald Trump. You said you couldn't think of any lies that Donald Trump has ever told you. He's the most truthful president that you've heard in existence at this point, I guess. And so now I'm asking you, Donald Trump said he ended the war between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda. How is that going right now? Is it over?
Yeah, it's coming to an end.
Oh,
all the wars
it's coming to an end. No, he said he ended it, that it was ended, that it was stopped. They had a unilateral peace treaty, like the conflicts completely stopped. Except 153 people just died in the last 2 weeks.
Look, I think you are...
So is it coming to an end, or is it over because Donald Trump said it was over, stopped?
It's over.
It's not. Why then did their militia end up killing 153 people over the last 2 weeks?
War's over.
The war is not over because people are still dying on both sides.
I mean, that's kind of like the same thing going on in Palestine, right? Ukraine and Russia.
Oh, no, but we're talking about Donald Trump's lies. We can tackle that one here, but I'm asking you specifically about the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda and the fact that they are still actively fighting and people are dying.
Again,
Donald
that's
Trump
the same
said in
thing that's going on
April.
with Ukraine and Russia.
No,
and
no. I
Palestine
need
and
you to acknowledge
Israel.
this. Are you able to accept that Donald Trump lied to you back in April of 2025 when he said that he ended the war between the DRC and Rwanda?
I will never say Donald Trump lied to me.
Oh, so you're just not able to accept the truth. All right, sir. Well, please, good luck to you. All right. I'm just saying, like, if I will never say Donald Trump is lying to me. I can't have a conversation with somebody like that. Yeah, I have no problem saying that, Will. I don't understand what your issue is. Okay. Really quick, TikTok. I'm going to mute you for a second, but TikTok, the likes should already be at 100,000. Go ahead and get it up to 100,000. You guys have, I think 10 minutes is acceptable. Okay. Friendly reminder over on Twitch and on YouTube, well, specifically on YouTube in this case, if you want your comment to go up on the screen, send a super chat. I do put it up on the screen and I do address it. It's usually after the phone call. So as long as you have patience and you can wait, go ahead and send a super chat and I will address it unless it's directed towards the caller and I happen to see it before I end the call. I will bring it up to them. All right. Let's also just give a friendly reminder that my goal for today on YouTube is to get 5 new members. You can gift memberships if you are able to do so, but it just helps me keep doing this 2 hours a day, 6 days a week. So appreciate that, guys, so much. And just a reminder on Twitch, you can become a subscriber for free for 1 month if you have Amazon Prime. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, we're going to open these phone lines back up. You guys always freak out. Over on TikTok when I mute, even though I tell you I'm muting. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yo.
Yo, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, were we just talking?
Yeah, I was.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you?
24.
You're 24? Okay, and do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to accept today that Donald Trump has lied to you in the past and is still actively lying to you today?
I wouldn't say lie to me, but could you educate me on something?
Educate you on something, so you have a question?
Yes, because I feel like when people call you, you misdirect them, and then
I
start
misdirect
talking
them?
first, and you start talking first and making these accusations, but
I make
we're calling you,
accusations.
and we would like to ask you questions as well. Like the man that just called,
Oh,
you didn't even give him a
well,
time.
I would like to give
ask
you
a
a
question.
hint. So, can you tell me before you called into the show, at the very top of the page, what name did it say up there?
Excuse me?
Before you called into the top of the show, when you found my page on whatever app it was on, what name was at the very tippy top corner?
MAGA support hotline?
What name was at the very tippy top corner?
What name?
It was my name. It was Ari. So now can you tell me, when you call into your doctor's office, are they not the ones that ask you questions?
Let's
Hey,
talk
why
about
are you calling
immigration.
today? Oh, so you are just the last caller. Got it. All right. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are you?
30.
Okay. And do you still support Trump?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Are you able to accept today that Donald Trump has lied to you? Or has lied to you in the past?
Donald Trump is a sinner. He lies. Yeah.
He's a sinner. He
Everybody
lies.
lies. So do you.
Okay.
So do you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've told lies. Yes,
So
sir.
what does that matter? Why does lying matter to you so much?
Why does it matter to me? Because it's the president of the United States, and I do believe, and thank you, Jacob, for becoming a paid subscriber on TikTok. I do believe that the president is a position, the president, I don't know if you realize this, but I was in the middle of answering your question. Are you able to have some decorum and allow me to answer it?
Oh, go ahead, answer it. But I'm just
Awesome.
asking you the question.
Oh,
itself. I'm not
goodness.
done with my
Oh,
question.
goodness. I was actually actively answering the very first question that you asked me. So
But I
where in
wasn't
the
done
middle
with
of
my
this?
question.
You actually were, because you had stopped, and I was in the middle of talking, and then all I did in the middle of that was thank somebody, and I guess you thought that that was useful as an opportunity to then further interrupt me while I was still in the middle of speaking. And nowhere do I recall giving you permission for the beginning of your sentence to interrupt the middle of mine. So let's go ahead and try this again. Why is the fact that Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States, why is him lying important to me? Okay, so here's what my opinion is. I believe that the position of president is an important position of power that individuals have the opportunity to look up for, and kids in particular look up to, and have the idea that they can get in their head that that might be something that they want to do in the future. So I believe somebody that lies over 30,000 times in their first year of being, the first 4 years of being in office is not a good look or representative to the American people, specifically the American children. And so I don't think that that's a good thing, while he's actively lying to his own voter base and his own constituents that are extremely unhappy with the way that he's doing things right now, because it's not specifically what they voted for on. Now, what is your question?
My question is, so you say presidents shouldn't lie, then that means Biden shouldn't lie. That means Obama shouldn't lie. That means both Bushes shouldn't have lied.
Absolutely.
Like, what are you trying to get at? Like, you're only human.
I just said absolutely. They shouldn't be lying. I think that that's not a good trait in the president of the United States.
So Kamala doesn't lie either?
How about, if you're not able to pronounce her name correctly, just say Harris. We call every other president and presidential candidate by their last name. Just say Harris.
Does it really matter? You know who I'm talking about.
No, it's a matter of respect. I don't call Trump anything other than Donald Trump. I call him Trump, or I even call him President Trump. I put respect on his name, even though I disagree with the things that he's doing. So yes, sir, it does matter.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go back to the fact that you were talking about the war between whatever you were saying the Congo.
Yes,
you
sir.
said it was a militia. You said it was a militias that were fighting. Do you understand that a militia is practically like a gang?
Oh, no, not necessarily. Not every country actually has what would be considered a recognized army, and so they utilize militias. The United States also used to have a militia when we first got started out. I don't know if you realize that. We used to have a militia when we first got started out, before we had an army. Isn't that interesting? So, I mean, just to be clear, that is kind of how things usually start if they aren't able. And also, if the government funds those militias, then that's also acknowledging that they are a part of what would be considered their forces.
Okay, but that's still a militia, not.
But they're being funded by their government. They're being funded by their government.
Okay, cool story, but they're still a militia, not a military.
That means they're still actively fighting while being funded by the government, and regardless of this peace agreement, that was not an agreement.
So MS-13 is part of a government?
No, the MS-13 is an American-started gang. I don't know if you realize that. It started in America.
Okay, that's my point. They're literally gangs. That's all they are.
No, a militia is extremely different. Okay, let's try this. Is a gang the same thing as a militia? No. A gang is not the same thing as a militia. A militia is a civilian group that serves political or military purposes, sometimes in support of the state, while a gang is a criminal organization focused on committing crimes and causing harms for profit or power. Awesome. I'm so glad we could learn this together.
You just owned yourself by that own statement. You said that these are government-controlled militias.
No, I didn't say that. I said they're government funded.
Okay, but they're not controlled by the government.
A militia is a civilian group that serves political or military purposes, sometimes in support of the state, while a gang is a criminal organization focused on committing crimes and causing harms for profit or power.
Okay. Sounds very much like a well-regulated militia, not a military.
Wow. They can
It's
still
a
be funded by the government.
But it's not a government. You just said that.
Uh-huh. Is that all you have?
Government,
Is
no,
that all
wait,
you have? Because
wait.
you already misappropriated my words. I just want to be clear. You've already misappropriated my words, and you've already misconstrued everything that I said. It is quite. You're right, Casey. It is quite a weird hill to die on for this caller to just hang up on, like, just get hung up on this little sentence, while also realizing that's not even what I said. So I am curious, caller, are you able to admit yet that Donald Trump has lied to you? Are you able to accept that yet?
Everybody lies.
No, but I'm
specifically
talking about Donald Trump and his active administration. Are you able to accept that Donald Trump has been actively lying to you?
Not lying, he has lied.
Oh, it's got to be past tense for him. Got it. Okay. So you're not able to accept that he's actively lying to you. Yeah, basically, Andre, that's basically what he did. Vincent, thank you for the 5, said, "Go Trump. I hunt, fish, love my guns, love my gas cars. How do you feel about us hunters that love our guns?" Okay. My dad hunts. It's not like, okay, go hunt, man. Okay. I'm good with that. I've never said that I wanted to get rid of guns or something. But thank you, man. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next caller. Yes, guys, I did hang up on him. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 45.
You're 45. And do you still actively support Trump?
I do actively support him, and I have to admit to a lie that I told you. I told you I voted for him 3 times, but I actually voted for him 4 times. I forgot about the primary.
Oh, yeah. So you only voted in one primary?
There was only one primary for him, yes. In my state, yeah.
Oh, interesting. They don't hold primaries every 4 years?
No, he was the nominee every other time. It didn't get that far in my state, but I did the first time around when, and that was where I'm going to get to the lies I can admit he told. Where, you know, he was on the debate stage with all the other guys, Rubio, Little Jeb, all that, and Megyn Kelly asked him, "You've called women a lot of bad things," and he said, "Only Rosie O'Donnell." And she said, "You know what, more than that." He said, "Yeah, right, you're probably right." So that was one lie he did tell, I can admit.
You had to go all the way back to 2016 for that?
Well, I want to start at the beginning, but that's, you know, he only, some of the minor stuff, I think he probably did get with Stormy Daniels, that too. It's probably a lie. He probably did get with that.
I mean, he signed 11 of the checks that were paid to her.
Yeah, I will admit that. He probably did that as well. But it's just, I think the small stuff he kind of tells a little fibs about, but the big stuff, I think he's pretty truthful on. He's got conviction on that.
Are you able to speak a little bit more into your microphone? The chats are saying you're a little bit low.
I'm sorry about that. I should get this.
Oh my gosh, so much better. Even it's better for me. Okay. All right, there you guys. There we go. Now everybody can hear him. Thank you.
All right. So,
all right.
There's some lies he told, but I mean, even the thing in Russia, it's possible that he did go to Moscow and ask for the presidential suite and ask, "Did Obama stay in this bed?" And then, you know, the PP tape. That's possible. It's entirely possible. But I think you're, I think what Trump does is he sells the Trump steak, or he sells the sizzle, not the steak.
The sizzle,
So
not. That's
Trump
such an
supporters,
interesting one.
us MAGA folks, we like the sizzle, not so much the steak. You like the details.
Yeah, I think it's important to look at the details.
And a lot of stuff, like you said, and a lot of the callers made good points. You take everything Trump says, you don't take it at face value. But if another country says, well, yeah, Qatar didn't get a warning ahead of time, so we just could take them at the face value, but not Trump. That's a little biased, I believe.
Well, it's not. Does Qatar ever claim to be the most truthful person or the most transparent president in history?
Exactly right. I'm old enough to remember. I watched Baghdad Bob. He told me that all the Americans were retreating and that they were winning the war. That war was over like in less than a week, I believe. It was amazing.
Gotcha.
You're right. You are fixated on the foreign policy.
Thanks for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello. Okay, bye. We'll go ahead and read this one. Dan says, I believe we need a countrywide gun registration. I actually don't agree with you. But thank you for the 2. I do appreciate that. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 26 years old.
26. Okay. And do you still support Trump?
I do support Trump.
You do support Trump. All right. Yep. Awesome. I'm going to read this, or I'm going to at least put this up here. Thank you, Aaron, for that. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, Aaron. Thank you for the $1.99. All right. So, are you able to accept today that Donald Trump has lied to you in the past and is actively lying to you in his current administration?
I think all politicians lie, but, it's the lesser of two evils at a certain point.
Are you able to accept that Donald Trump himself is actively lying to you?
Like I said, I believe that all politicians lie, and I think that Trump at a certain point is there's things that politicians will not and cannot tell us, no matter what party they're from.
So let's try this then.
The left has clearly accepted that politicians will lie to them as well. So to ask a targeted question and say, will a Republican accept that Trump is lying to them? I would ask the same of you. Will you accept that all politicians are liars? Not Republicans, not Democrats, all politicians.
Oh, sir, I've made that already clear so far today that yes, every one of them has lied. That's actually the chat that I put up on the screen. But I think it's important to note that there's one person who is actively sitting in the office of president today on September 9th, 2025. And so when I'm asking you, can you accept that Donald Trump is actively lying to you? You saying, well, I think all presidents lie is a non-answer. So let's try this again. Are you able to accept today that Donald Trump is actively lying to you? Not obfuscating, not telling all of the details, but is actively lying to you.
I think that details matter. You just told the last caller that you think details matter. So I'm going to say maybe Trump is lying about things. I don't really know what lies you think that he's telling, but whoever would be in office that isn't Trump would also be lying to us. So, sure.
Oh, just about state secrets, I guess.
He's lying to us.
Just about state secrets.
He's lying. I mean, there's always been state secrets. Look at
No, no, I'm just
Edward
saying, but that's
Snowden
the
and
only
what
thing that
he's
they're lying
exposed.
about, because that's basically what you said, is that they have information that we don't know about, so they obviously can't tell us because of state
Look at what the
secrets.
NSA
So
was
I think
doing
it's
under
important
Obama.
to note that you're saying that basically he's lying to us, but only about what would be considered state secrets and not about anything else.
Well, look at what the NSA was doing under Obama. Look at what Edward Snowden
Again, I'm
exposed.
gonna point this out to
So,
you again. I've already said this once. If I have to say it a third time, that's gonna be it. Donald Trump, as of today, September 9th, 2025, is the sitting and acting president of the United States of America. He is the
Yes,
one
he
that
is.
is actively in office. So now let's
Mhm.
try this. Since you aren't able to give any examples of lies, I guess,
I'm
we'll go
giving a
ahead.
nuanced answer.
You're not able to give any examples of Donald Trump lying, so let's go ahead and go into this one. Is there a peace deal that is signed right now between Armenia and Azerbaijan?
I'm not aware of any peace deal that's been signed.
Then why did Donald Trump say that he's solved 10 conflicts across the world, Azerbaijan and Armenia being one of them, and we don't have a signed peace agreement?
I don't think that there necessarily needs to be a signed peace agreement for the situation to be dealt with, but I want to redirect the conversation just real quick.
No, I want you to address what I just said. I want you
Like
to
I said,
address why. Well, see, I think you have a common misunderstanding is that they wanted something to sign. I don't know who people didn't like, who didn't
then they
actually
can
watch
sign it amongst
this
themselves.
on
I
live
don't know why
TV,
the
on
United
live
States feels
TV,
the need
on
to be
live
the big
TV,
brother.
on live TV. Donald Trump, right, when he had both of the representatives, not the presidents, right, not the prime ministers, both of the representatives there in, representing the country. The one of them asked, hey, we want to sign this right now. Do we have a draft ready? And Donald Trump is like, got wide eyed, like, oh. And he had to say, we don't have anything. And he literally said this on open television. So they literally signed a blank piece of paper, and then they go back
I'm
to their
sure they'll get it
respective.
done.
I'm not done. They went back to their respective home countries and have to this day not signed anything additional, not come to any of additional conditions or agreements for what was negotiated in the Oval Office with Donald Trump. And now he's still claiming that they have peace while they're still actively fighting, and they have not reached a peace agreement. So why is Donald Trump lying and taking credit, saying that he's ended this war that is still ongoing?
He got them in the office together. He got them talking. They signed a piece of paper, even if it
They
was
signed a
blank.
piece of paper. A blank piece of paper goes absolutely nowhere. But Donald Trump is still saying he ended the conflict, but it is still ongoing. Can you accept it right now that Donald Trump is actively lying about ending all of these conflicts?
I think that there was a verbal agreement.
Are you able to accept it today that Donald Trump is lying about ending all of these conflicts?
If you want me to say yes, then sure, but whatever. What I want to know.
No, I need
wanna
you to be
redirect
very
the
clear.
conversation.
I need you to be very clear, not just say, if you want me to say this, then whatever. I want you to be honest with yourself and say that Donald Trump is actively lying. No, I'm just trying to keep you on point without you redirecting, because you're not able to uphold your part of the conversation.
You're trying to railroad the conversation in a certain direction.
Well, this is my
What
channel. I don't know if people forget this. Like, at the very top of the screen, in the right-hand corner, I believe, on almost everything, it says Ari. It doesn't say whatever your name might be, sir. It doesn't say your name.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, you can go start your own live, and then you can have these conversations with people if you want, and then you can drive the conversation from there. But when you call into my show, it's literally, I'm the one driving. It is my platform.
Okay, fine. So maybe Donald Trump is lying. What is your point here?
Let's see, in this one specifically, I think it's dangerous to lie about conflicts that aren't actually ended when people are still dying.
I think that there's a lot of danger in the world, and I don't see when it became the United States' responsibility to police the rest of the world. We need to worry about America
Donald Trump
first,
took that upon himself, so I don't understand that. Oh, I love
trying
that.
to do.
Wait, how is it America first to go out? Like you just said that you don't agree with the United States being like the police force over the world and policing all of
No.
these countries. So why is it that Donald Trump is not only taking credit for ending 10 wars that he hasn't ended, but he's also not focusing on America first with making sure that he's talking to all of these countries that are in global conflicts? So
Hey,
which one is
I
it?
didn't say that I didn't say that I agreed with everything Trump did. I just agree that he puts America first when it matters.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't
is
say
that
I
why?
agreed with
Do you?
everything the guy has ever done. I
Yeah.
agree
How about
he's said some things.
tariffs bringing back manufacturing to America?
I'm fully in support of that.
Oh, have they? How many manufacturing jobs did we lose in the month of August?
I don't have the statistics on that.
You haven't looked at the Bureau of Labor Statistics report?
I have not. But I do know that Apple is going to be making a substantial investment in America.
Oh.
NVIDIA is
We actually
currently in the
have no
process
proof
opening
of
factories
Apple
in
doing
America.
that. I
Taiwan
just want to,
Silicon
okay, so now you're
Manufacturing is
just going to do
opening
this. Okay,
facilities
so
in
let me be
America.
clear on this one. Well, it's okay. I got this. So Donald Trump, right? Like, do you remember what
The
happened?
current president of the United States, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. So you're still
Current
not able
president.
to address anything that I've just said.
I can address it. I just
No,
I
you
said
didn't. You pivoted.
there are companies making substantial investments.
So I just want to be clear. You didn't look at the job report that came out from the Bureau of Labor Statistics just 3 days ago.
I don't read
To
job
notice
statistics for
you don't
fun.
read job statistics, so you have no
Not
idea
for
that
fun.
that 12,000 manufacturing jobs were lost in the month of August. So there's a lie that Donald Trump's tariffs are bringing back manufacturing to America. Not only that, but since the start of 2025, not only did we just lose 12,000 jobs in the month of August, but year to date, we have lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs since Donald Trump and his tariff threat started in February. So it doesn't really sound like manufacturing jobs are coming back to America if they're continuing to report losses, layoffs, and furloughs of these countries. So I'm very confused here. Is that not a lie then? Because he keeps saying that we're bringing back manufacturing jobs, but instead we've lost 78,000.
I think it'll take some time for those changes to see the full effect of them, but I don't think that.
Oh, it's just going to take time.
I think it's going to take some time. There's going to be growing
Gotcha.
pains.
All right. Well, you wanted to go ahead and bring up Apple, so we'll go ahead and do that for a second. What was the amount that Apple promised to invest within the United States under Donald Trump's first term?
I think it was $2 trillion.
350 billion. Nobody's.
350 billion.
Yeah, 350 billion. And let's see, they said this was going to happen. I'm not done. Gosh, dang, you have like no impulse control. I'm gonna help you out here for a second.
Do you have
Wow. Okay, so here's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Okay, so when we're talking about Apple and their promise of doing a $350 billion investment in the United States economy back in 2018 when Donald Trump was first president. Okay. What they did instead is they actually didn't build any new facilities. They built no new manufacturing plants. But what the CEO of Apple did was tour Donald Trump in 2019 in a facility in Texas, telling him that this is a brand new facility that we just opened with our promised investment, and we're now building iPads within this facility. And Donald Trump went out telling everybody, hey, and on national television, this is a brand new facility that Apple just opened up. See, they're working with their investments. But then we actually find out from Apple's own reports that the facility has been open in manufacturing iPads since 2013. Companies lie. And if you want to continue to talk about these supposed investments that we're getting from all of these companies within the United States of America, we already have it on a hot mic that wasn't turned off after, Donald Trump turned to Mark Zuckerberg and asked him, how much is Meta going to invest into the United States economy? And of course, we already saw that Mark Zuckerberg stuttered the whole time and like paused because he couldn't think of a number offhand. He was like, 650 billion, right? And then Donald Trump's like, wow, that's a lot. That's a good number. I like that. And then while Donald Trump was turning to go talk to somebody else, right, they didn't turn off the mic. And Mark Zuckerberg's was like, I wasn't sure what number to say. What number is acceptable? Is there a number? Did I have to give a number? I wasn't expecting that question. And Donald Trump just laughs at him because guess what? They all know that it's a lie. Mark Zuckerberg isn't giving us or investing $650 billion into the American economy.
Well, first off, I think Mark Zuckerberg is probably not the person I'd look at as a pinnacle of charisma. Let's just get that out there.
What? Charisma has nothing to do with this.
Well,
what?
He was in public speaking, and he was, in the middle of a public engagement. He was put on the spot by Donald Trump, and I guess he probably didn't know what to say. But I probably wouldn't take anything that Mark Zuckerberg...
Oh, this isn't him saying it, dude. This was on a hot mic on open television, on national broadcasted television.
Okay, so he said it in public.
When he thought the microphone was off, sir. This wasn't public speaking. This was when I'm talking about his comments that he made after he answered Donald Trump's question, where he's like, we don't have a number that we're going to give. Like, I don't know about this because they weren't planning on doing anything. Like, I don't think you, oh gosh. Okay. Let's just try this. Let's reset for a second. Let's reset for a second. Are you able to accept in your heart that Donald Trump is actively lying to you?
I think all politicians lie.
And that's all you got. Got it. Thank you, Jennifer, for the $9.99. Said you go, girl. It's what I keep planning on trying to do, man. Yeah. It's a cop-out. Exactly. I can't. Like, all of them lie. So, no, I'm asking you specifically about one individual, not about all of them. So, it's going to be their new talking point. Yes, RJ. I'm trying something different, something new. I thought it would be cool. And you know what? Actually, it's quite a bit of fun. I'm enjoying keeping notes, listening in, and then, going down all of this line. I appreciate that. Thank you. It is pretty funny, in my opinion. Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and open back up these lines. Also, TikTok, we should already be at 150,000 likes. So, for real this time, if we're not 150,000 likes in the next 10 minutes, I am turning this off to sub-only chat. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, of course.
How old are you?
79.
All right. And are you actively supporting Trump?
This is Donald J. Trump right here.
That's a really bad impression. Like, your impression is worse than me. I'm pretty sure I can be, hello, this is Donald Trump. How are you? Very bigly. Very bigly. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
MAGA? Oh, yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 29.
All right. And are you still supporting Trump?
I'm in the middle. I really don't. I mean, I'm supporting him this last election, but I think they're all horrible.
Well, thank you, Danielle and the Ethan Raiders over in the TikTok chat. Okay. So, are you able to accept today that Donald Trump has lied to you in the past and is actively lying to you today?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Awesome. Can you name 3 lies that Donald Trump has told, at least in this administration?
Well, I mean, there's numerous ones, but, I mean, peace deals, obviously.
Oh, I'm so glad you can actually admit that. So we are agreeing that peace deals are a lie. I love that one the most, probably. Okay, 2 more.
Well, I mean, that's not what I would call it about. I'm admitting that he is a liar or has lied. Can we move on from that?
Okay.
I mean, what more do you want? I mean, yes, he lies just like all humans are capable of lying. especially to protect or both bolster their agendas.
Okay. Well, this is a theory that I'm like testing for myself. So I want to try to get everybody, if they're going to admit that he can lie, let's try to get 3 lies out there. I think that that's important.
Well, I mean, I just named you one. I mean, what? To have a more productive conversation, I mean, do you agree that he has lied? I mean, I would assume so if you're asking the question.
Okay. Yep, 100%. Yep,
Okay.
he's lied about a bunch of stuff.
I'm just saying, well, I mean, let's move on then. We both agree on that, correct? So all politicians lie. Would you agree that Biden and Kamala Harris lied during their administration?
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
Okay. So then what do we do then? If both sides lie or capable of lying to us, lie to us, then what do we do? Do we go through a third party, or do we all support a third party? The people that agree that politicians, whether right or left, lie to us?
No, I think it's important to note that there are lies that are harmful to American citizens. And yes, also, Denise, that's a good point, is you fact check what individuals are saying. So, for example, Donald Trump had a memo released to the Social Security Administration that then sent out a letter to individuals that were actively receiving Social Security and saying that he had ended tax on Social Security recipients, which isn't true. It's actually nowhere within the big, beautiful bill that there is no tax on Social Security. So I think that that's an extremely harmful lie for any individual in this country that is actively receiving Social Security, and they make over $34,000 a year on it, and they're still being taxed.
We absolutely
That's
absolutely
a harmful lie.
However, and this may be anecdotal, but my parents themselves went from they're in this qualifying class of no taxes, and they also got a raise. Now, I wouldn't say it's more Trump's doing as opposed to the House approving the back pay and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like they were deemed for double pay. So my father, for instance, had a pension, small pension, from the LNG local light, gas, and water company he worked for. However, Democrats passed.
Buck, I'm going to get to your super chat in a moment.
Double dinged for it, and he was stripped of all that. Even though he paid into the system, he was stripped of that. Now, the last House session, and like I said, it's not Trump's doing, but the last House, which was Republican controlled, passed a bill just recently, maybe 6 months ago, that gave them that money back. And they also, whether it's in the big, beautiful bill, which I don't think it is, but they are no taxed on that money. Which makes sense, because they already paid in the system, they paid taxes on it.
So a lot of that, okay. So a lot of that, so this is why we don't do anecdotal stories, because none of that is provable unless you can actually give me any name of any bill that specifically did this. Also, we've been under Donald Trump's tax plan since January 1st, 2018. It didn't end. We were still under Donald Trump's tax plan, even without
the House. And I just admitted that Trump would not get credit for it, but it was the House that passed it. Okay. Hey, let's move on from that. Well, I'll agree with you. Fine. I don't believe Donald Trump should get for it, and he is wrong in claiming that all the SSI is tax exempt. That's just wrong. It's not true. There are classes that do get exempt, but to say all SSI is exempt is not true. So we agree there. Would you agree? We agree?
Yeah.
It's a lie. I wouldn't. It's not a harmful lie, but it's a lie nonetheless.
No, it is harmful when people that depend on that money quite heavily now believe that they're not having any taxes.
You're talking about pennies to dollars. You're not talking about any considerable amount of money.
If you're only making $34,000 a year on Social Security, that's not pennies to dollars, sir. That's the difference between you eating or going hungry.
But it really is. Okay, well, how many people do you know that are going hungry? Can you name any names? Can you give me any data that would change my mind?
Sir, we don't name people on here, and a lot of people go hungry every single year.
Can you point me to any data that would give me any
Sure.
legitimate?
How many people go hungry in the U.S. every day?
Oh, no, not how many people go hungry in the U.S.
According to Food and Research
of this new bill that's
Action,
not getting them tax deductions on SSI.
47 million Americans face food insecurity, which includes
47 million people on SSI are going hungry because of this
with nearly
lie.
14 million of
saying?
those being children.
40? No, well, you just said 40-something million.
47 million Americans face food insecurity, which includes hunger, with nearly 14 million of those being children. This number represents approximately 1 in 7 households nationwide. Children receive SSI, sir.
Well, that data is pretty all over the place. 47.50 million to 14 million to
No, it's
4,000.
okay. If you actually had listened, let me try this again.
I'm not gonna win with you.
I'm gonna
You'll just
explain
either
this.
hang up
No,
or
I'm
say-
I'm
you'll
gonna
hang up and
explain
then
this.
ridicule
I'm
me
gonna
offline.
explain
What
this
is your
number.
opinion? We both agree.
I'm
We
going
both
to
agree.
explain this number to you real quick. Okay, here, let's explain this number to you real quick. So it's 47 million Americans. Out of that 47, out of that whole bunch, that whole big number, that 47 million, 14 million out of that 47 are children. So it's not 47 million plus 14 million children. It's literally out of that 47, 14 million of that is children. And yes, we already have statistics and data that shows that as a result of the passing of the one big beautiful bill, 10 to 17 million individuals in this country are going to lose access to health care. We also have that people are going to lose access to their SNAP benefits, which feeds children in America, in which in order to qualify for SNAP and EBT, at least one of the parents have to be actively working in the household because that's how it works, but it's being defunded. So children are going to lose out on being able to fill their belly every single day in this country. Donald Trump also promised that there was going to be no cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, or anything like that. And we know that to be an absolute lie because they're specifically trying to cut $880 billion over the next 10 years from the program that actively funds Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and SNAP benefits. And the cuts have to come from somewhere. And so we already know, because Republicans in Congress voted down an amendment that the Democrats in the Senate proposed that promised and guaranteed that 0 of those cuts would be coming from Social Security. That's what they introduced into Congress, right? And then the Republican senators voted that amendment down. It's been a while since I looked at it, but I believe the amendment is either Senate Amendment 1941 or Senate Amendment 1948. In fact, I don't even know why I'm guessing. I can actually go and look it up because I had it open on the page. Let's do 250 per page. Let's do Social 880. Let's do this. Not on page 1.
Listen, I don't need notes because I have it in my head. Let me ask you this. We both agree that Trump's job numbers were horrible.
Just saying, like, average HSI, yeah, like, I don't know. But this guy is just like, I don't know, man.
No, you won't let someone
That's always just crazy. People that can't admit to something like that. Buck, thank you for the 20. Buck said, I'm not close to any MAGA. This stream has been extremely eye-opening. The ones who can't admit seemingly have their talking points beamed into their heads. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I like that last part, Buck. Thank you. That I haven't heard that one yet. Oh, see, they took it away. They took away all the text. That's why. Oh, mother. I hate everything. Let's see. I would have to hit view text on every single one of them. Man, they do shit dirty. Okay. All right. Well, really quickly, guys. TikTok, don't freak out. I am going to mute you for a second. Friendly reminder over on YouTube and Twitch. Well, specifically YouTube. If you send a super chat, it goes right up on the screen. We haven't gotten any new members, and that's okay, but I would still like to see if we can get 5 new members before I end in about 20 minutes. I appreciate you guys so much, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Oh. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, how are you doing? What do you think about the Jews?
That's not... We're not starting with anti-Semitism. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, how's it going, ma'am?
Doing well. How old are you?
24.
Okay. And do you still support Trump?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
I hope that makes you feel better inside. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? We almost made it, guys. We almost made it. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yo.
Hi, how old are you?
Old enough.
No, TikTok terms of service, I need an age, or at least within a 5-year gap.
30.
All right, thank you. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, of course.
All right. And are you willing to accept and admit today that Donald Trump has not only lied to you in the past, but is actively lying to you today?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know why you waste your time talking to these people online. What's the point of this channel?
Well, part of this is for educating individuals that are listening in, and also part of it is slightly for entertainment, because, I mean, it is quite funny listening to individuals that strong-handedly, wholeheartedly still support Donald Trump and can't even admit that he's lied to them just in the 7 months that he's been in office.
But isn't every politician the same on both sides? Don't they both lied to us?
Both sides of the same coin, guys, because still can't address that Donald Trump is the one lying.
He's just as bad as everybody else.
Just as bad as everybody else, because we can't address anything that Donald Trump himself is doing.
What's he doing that you're so upset about?
Oh, I mean, I'm not necessarily upset about it. It's the fact that he is lying to the American people, right? He's lying not only to the American people, but to the entire world, though the majority of the world actually is able to see through it, at least the people in positions of power. He's harming American citizen and American democracy, which I believe is also just extremely harmful to everything that exists within our country. And just going back to the bare bones of, I think that the founding fathers would not support somebody like Donald Trump that is actively attempting to use our United States military armed forces against the American people. I think that that's extremely harmful. Ignoring articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, extremely harmful. Actively calling everybody that goes against him left-sided lunatics is also extremely harmful. He's painted a target on...
I think that's what's bad about
oh,
what
goodness.
happens today. You know what I mean?
Do you know how I know when you lose the argument? And I'm not even doing this to win or lose. No. I know when you lose the argument because when I've given you points that you could actually speak on or even attempt to refute and say, no, Donald Trump hasn't done that. Here's why I know this. You say, it's all the sides. There are two sides of the same coin. They all do it. They all do it. So it's okay. It's okay because he all does it.
You like to eat. You're just repeating all the garbage that
if you eat garbage, sir, I think you need to check yourself into the ER because that's not okay. Oh, that's a new one. Oh, thank you, Sean. No, because I value what goes into my body. But if
we can
you are
make America
actively,
healthy again.
if you're actively eating garbage, I do
So you're just
wholeheartedly
repeating all the
encourage
same,
you to
same
go.
lines about democracy being at risk and all this other stuff. And it's
But I gave you
funny
also a
because
specific
democracy,
example. I also gave you a very
democracy's the one that
specific
put Donald
example.
Trump in the White House.
Let's
So
see.
how do you,
Let's be
what do you
very
think about
clear.
that?
I gave you a specific example on saying that he's ignoring articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, which you weren't even able to refute in any way, shape, or
So
form.
what?
You just
Who cares?
see. So what? Who cares? Exactly.
Who cares?
So I
What
just
do you
want to
care
be
so
clear,
much?
sir, that you are not able to actually admit that Donald Trump is actively lying to you. Is that correct today? How about, sorry, I don't normally ask this question, but we're going to go ahead and ask this one. Really quick, TikTok, I do have to mute you because TikTok is sensitive. How about the Epstein files? Hasn't Donald Trump lied to you about those?
Does your mom know you're gay?
Is that the best you got? What else can you throw out? Let's go. In fact, go ahead and repeat that one. It's fine. What?
Are you in the Epstein files?
Oh, no, I'm absolutely not. But no, go ahead and repeat your other question. What was your other question again?
Hmm?
Come on, go ahead. Say it with your whole chest, man. Repeat your question. Well, what was your question before? Oh, you're not able to actually stand by what you said? You're not able to actually repeat your question that you thought was a gotcha?
Trump.
Oh, okay.
You're
So
doing the
now
same
you're just...
thing, smarty pants.
Oh, no, I'm actually just specifically asking you a question that I'm telling you to repeat
what's
yourself.
Funny about your channel is
Oh, goodness, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what did you say about my mom again? Is that what you... What are you saying? What'd you say about my mom again?
one of Epstein's victims. Is that what you're saying?
Nope, didn't say that either. What question did you ask me about my mom?
Who's your mom?
What question did you ask me about my mom again? Come on, man. It's okay. Just repeat it. Or is your memory that short term? And you're incapable of recalling what you said with your second grade insults.
If you don't like Trump, who are you going to vote for?
Sir, last I checked is that there's nobody running for
Kamala?
office. Isn't that
Kamala
interesting?
Mamala? You're going to pick Kamala Mamala again?
So are you able to admit that Donald Trump has lied to you?
I
I want to let you know that the chat believes that you sound super single. What a weirdo. Thank you, though, Sean, for the $2. I tried, but the only thing that he had to go was like, does your mom know you're gay? I should have asked this, but I'll go ahead and ask the chat. Do men no longer like it when women like other women and they are kissing in front of them? Did that somehow become unattractive to men recently? Interesting. Thank you, another one, for the $1.99. It does sound like a personal problem. Oh, still a good thing? Well, apparently not, according to him. It's very odd. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
25.
Do you still support Trump?
No, actually, I'm actually on your side.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. I am just looking for MAGA supporters right
Well,
now.
I just wanted to add something in there because I've been watching your stream for about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, your cat is so cute, man. I'm just fucking kidding. Trump all the fucking way. You're a goddamn stupid.
Right, baby. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. And do you still support Donald Trump?
No, unfortunately, I did vote for him on his first term, unfortunately. And I was, unfortunately, like, I can admit, but I see how it's difficult for people to admit the level of brainwashing that they've unfortunately succumbed to over the years, because it permeates every level of, like, their society, like the family, education. You know, we got our CDC director drinking that fucking blue shit and anti-vax. Really what set it apart for me and made me change my mind about him was when Zelensky went to the White House and we alienated all of our allies and all of our ties built up from decades and 2 world wars, and we just ruined it all in the span of like 30 to 40 minutes. Completely immature against Zelensky. And we side with Russia, you know, of all countries, Russia, China, India.
Yes,
Ridiculous.
sir. I do agree with you. And I do appreciate you, man, and I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah,
How old are you?
27.
Can you speak into your microphone?
27.
Can you speak clearly into your microphone? You don't have to repeat your age, just...
All right, it might be bad connection.
Okay. It's really hard to hear you. If I have a difficulty hearing you, so does the chat. So, are you still
How does this
supporting...
sound?
Better. Are you still supporting Trump?
For now.
For now? Okay. And are you willing to accept today that Donald Trump has lied to you in the past and is actively lying to you today?
Of course, just like every other politician.
All right. Of course, just like every other politician. So name me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told you in this administration.
Oh, this administration. To be honest, I'm not really that political, but I guess the promise specifically of a better economy. While some things have gotten better, the whole situation has not progressed like he had promised. Specifically what he ran on.
Gotcha. That is true. That is true. Are you aware that we lost 12,000 manufacturing jobs last month, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
I mean, not really, but I'm in agriculture, and we have layoffs all the time, especially right now.
Oh yeah, that's true in the farming industry. But that's kind of different. Manufacturing is typically mostly all year round. It's only construction that slows down typically during the winter months. But winter doesn't technically start anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah. And year to date, we've lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And this is with, just a friendly reminder for everybody, this is with his current temporary head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So do you think that he lied when he fired the last BLS appointee, saying that she was just a partisan hack and made up the numbers?
I don't speak to know the motives of Donald J. Trump.
No, I was just asking if you think he lied.
In my opinion, it's not very easy to trust somebody who has been labeled a liar.
Oh.
But it's also hard to believe either side, personally, coming from somebody who's more down the middle and has views that are controversial because they're on both sides of the aisle.
I find it
hard to
interesting because under the temporary head of the Department of Bureau and Labor Statistics, right, a Trump appointee, okay, the one that Trump said you're taking over, right, the May numbers, the May job report numbers, prior to this month, right, showed that we had gained 14,000 jobs. But the Bureau of Labor Statistics, under the new temporary head, has updated the May numbers to reflect that we actually, I think it might be, no, it's May, that we actually lost 13,000 jobs. And this is the first job loss that the market has reported since 2020.
Awesome.
So because now it's under his temporary person, can we really say that is he now a partisan hack that doesn't know what he's doing, just like the last lady? Or can you admit that he lied?
You're awesome.
Oh, I've already admitted, I thought I admitted already that he lied.
That he lies, but I'm asking specifically about the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Is he lying about that?
Personally, like I said, he could be lying, and I'm not honestly alluding to either. I'm not very well versed in what you are specifically talking or pertaining to when it comes to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's just not something I'm at all versed in to talk about subject-wise. I'm very simplistic farmer with 5 kids. I don't have the
nothing wrong with
data
that.
on that, so I do apologize.
No worries. So if you are someone that believes that all politicians are liars, why vote for liars?
Tell me about it. Apologies, but I honestly have been on the fence ever since I came to the age of 18, during the time around when Trump ran first term, or his first term, excuse me. It's always been a struggle to figure out who to vote for because of the fact that our society always pushes it as choose the lesser of two evils. And to be honest, both sides always come with pros and cons. And it does make it hard to make a voting choice or cast that vote when you know at the end of the road you are not going to get what you are promised. Politicians, why their goal is to get into office and stay there.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I think that the phrase lesser of two evils brings morality into question, in my opinion. And then if we really look at morality and you compare the candidates of the last election side by side, there is one clear person that is the least moral out of the two, and that would have been Donald J. Trump. But basically the only thing he hadn't done was kill somebody.
I personally can't fight specifically for the man, other than the fact that he was elected the president of the United States.
Unfortunately.
And as somebody who upholds, or at least holds near to their heart, the idea that America stands on the foundation of law and order and the traditional value that each individual person, citizen, has rights, constitutional rights. I just personally believe that both candidates are trash. That's why I believe one of your callers earlier stated something about third party. I think anybody and everybody's always been hoping a third party would stand up, but the way that our system was built by the founders, it's a bipedal or a two-party system, and I don't think
the founders were against the two-party system. There were 3 parties for a long time in this country.
I do apologize. I mean more so the historical timeline pertaining to how our country was founded. We have gone further towards the idea of you as well.
You're awesome.
Sorry. We've gone further towards the idea that we have to be one or the other, which I don't agree with, but it just seems that that is the way that our nation has divided itself. Personally, I can't pick either side. I like my 2A rights, but I also prefer to stand up for the rights of others when it comes to the idea of everybody getting their own endowed rights held by our Constitution.
But you
when it comes
voted
down to it, I
for
wouldn't
the
pick either side.
you voted for the person that is actively violating individual rights in this
First
country.
First term, I'll be honest, I
Oh.
moved states, so I did not vote in the second or in his second election or whatever. So I can't say that I voted for him.
No worries.
This time around.
That's fine. I didn't ask that question on this live for anybody. Just gonna read these two out to you. Sorry, somebody did pay a chat to say, hey, wake up for your kids' sakes, but it sounds like you kind of already are, and I can appreciate that. And also wants to point out, though he has the year wrong, many farmers committed self-unalivement under Trump's first administration as a result of the tariffs that he inputted there when it started a trade war with other countries because of bankruptcies. And the bankruptcies, the bailout for the farm workers, barely touched the legacy farms that we had in this country. Most of them had to sell out to big farms like Purdue, for example.
Right. I do apologize. I guess I should have articulated myself better. I do not work in traditional ag farm industry. I work in the cannabis farm industry.
The what farm?
It's a little different. Cannabis industry.
Oh.
It's a little bit different than the traditional ag.
Gotcha. Should not have asked you to repeat that, Self. TikTok is sensitive. Well, all right, man.
Sorry.
No. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Discourse and the good conversation.
Yeah, not a problem, man. I am actually just a little bit over my time. So I do appreciate you being the final caller and keeping it, civil and cute. So I appreciate that, man. I do hope that you have a good night. And like I said, it does sound like you're kind of waking up. And I want to point this out to everybody that's watching, including you. Just because somebody is the sitting president of the United States, in no way, shape, or form are you required in any way to still actively support him when you can see that the actions that he's taking are harmful.
Understood. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
In the end, I just stand for the freedom of expression and constitutional rights of every individual and our ability to pursue life, liberty, and just be able to exist. So I appreciate the conversation. You have a great night.
You too. All right, guys. Really quickly on TikTok, we have 95 new followers from this live. Can we get 5 more? Also, Tiki Talkie, I'm gonna mute you for a moment. Well, actually, no. I gotta read through all these chats first. Never mind. You're not getting muted. I'm crazy. Okay. Thank you, another one, for saying Bobby Kennedy is a disgrace to Massachusetts. Absolutely. RFK Jr. is a joke. All right. 3 more, guys, over on Tiki Talkie. Thank you, Chris, for the $1.99 twice. Chris, when I'm on an active phone call, I put the phone on Do Not Disturb because otherwise all you hear is beep, 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 beeping incessantly. I will be back on live tomorrow. Bye, Benita. I'll be back on live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern if you want to try to come back then. And yes, Joey, I try. I do, like, Joey says, good show, Ari. Please forget, well, you didn't say please, but forgive these people. They know not what they do. Maybe we will see the day that political lies are seen as treason. Baby steps. I agree. I hope so too. Honest to goodness, I do hope so, that we get through the end of all of this. Another one, we asked that one. I told him that one. Yes, and then you said you got the years wrong. Perfect. Thank you for all the 199s. And thank you for the floating hearts. And also, yes, these people are idiots. Give us, yes, they do give you guys some bad raps. I agree. It's very true. But really quick, TikTok, I'm going to mute you for a second. We need 2 more new followers on TikTok for that 100 one. Okay, 1 second. All right. Well, thank you guys over on Twitch and over on YouTube for following here. Guys, on Twitch, there is no need to have a debate in the comments, guys. I saw some of that flashing by and I was a little bit confused. But come on. We got it. Y'all are in the Discord. There's a spot for that in the Discord if you need to. But all right, guys. Oh, gosh. You guys were awesome. Thank you for the new followers on Twitch. Thank you for all the new subs on YouTube, again, I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, same 2 hours that I always do. I hope the rest of you guys have a great night. Don't forget to subscribe after you've hit subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live. Same for you over on Twitchy. Turn on notifications after you hit follow so you know when I go live. Y'all